the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Nsem-Atubiga, a former NDC member, Menoka said, "Dear, on so you shine and Asia Kunyati said, ye, Kokua Nido Alote Jacobs, and no, and I'm so am a year Nsem-Atubiga, a Cocotte and a party, a friend of National Liberation Congress. On so said, or no, at the Baba Boana or his wedding, Kumania recently, I say, oh, yeah, demonstration change bi our temale na enye asempotoana no na yebisa Nsem-Atubiga say sisi e wafri NDC amanyokuo nim wankasa nso wakwa akoto party o party no a wate no 2024 abato a yekọ no wo hwe a wo Atubiga wo betumi adi nkunim na eno na Nsem-Atubiga de atu edwa say ono onim say enya ade say ne party no a wate no obedi nkunim nemom yentie Nsem-Atubiga.
Steven, the end twice on the ending come money and share. Election year near way. Now, over near my air course is here. Moon say I'm on your footing in air, bob. What has our Mayuku? Yeah.
National Liberation Congress.
Now, yes, I saw can't be also unim so win, but what try so bit maybe.
Yeah. Obi said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia-Atubiga, and no, he's a limelight for every northerner. And on also new opportunity, no, he didn't take it for granted. There is few stakeholders. Nombaka say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia hasn't given them a courtesy call as northerners, not as political colors or from. And there are people who have political appointment as northerners. Yes.
Yes. So MPP,
yes, you call my brother. How are you? I've called to greet you. How is everything? Because Kaimu say ne papa and Bawumia Senior was a Council of State member or a founding father of the NDC. Nini anamo or no? Say NDC ne grooming the so many candidate. Some undermined, and then the MPP saw the value on him, and the Akufo built him up, and today he's a nini anamo. So he calls everybody. Yeah, you know, we should John Dramani Mahama Papa. Anyway, Papa. Omuna the Alaji Jusu Mama no. They are the pioneers of education, secondary school bar, North Honomo. Almost 30 the pioneers. And Usha big man be and man in no few never cast on Didi with few honomo. Not necessarily a big man, your house is open to every child. Almost shem cry, a share buan crofo, until the afraid in tough one we walk in 2-2. And our honesty and us pepe for which in pepe. I get me. But next year, training in Biaba, me would cast me pepe no do sika, but me business. Me first canon to them on channel. Oba, no some fast one me now do sika day. But first, if you want to honest today, it has derailed. Sorted the mission as well. Usha my organa moi. Kurobiane a finine a dia, ye de target omo. Oko a friend say, so many aside why your target the mobia, Oba Ashantia, Oba Gan, Oba Babia, North, you will be. But besides that, no. All I want to say is, Obi to say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, actually I'm telling you, and the minister such as say, need to money one of those guys, no, they give opposition, so you're not now, they give you a red carpet in their offices. They let you know, say, I am here representing you people, not political colors. To say anytime there's Ntakwa Ewa Nofa, as a defense minister, on fair party colors, or fret move the opposition. Northern State that is why under his leadership, who sent Takwa Abba from Ewa North besides Yanye Kusasi for ne Mampushi for issue no.
Yeah.
But unlike previous and Konkomba for any way, Chokosini way, who's any united because they bring everybody on board. And when we are also there, we advise you can lead a country in opposition, not necessarily in government. That's NLC, what did you be at and will fire you. You have to give constructive criticism. You have to give solutions. You don't criticize without no solutions. And we think that the advice it may be my brother. Yes, so we are for and why they. And I will took Kobe for now to my money today. That's why we think that John Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So per se or yeah or he's holding 30%. Yeah. Another 30% is with Ken Japan and his people and I'm and he needs 30%. Which also choosing the candidate in the running mate from Ashanti region. And then there are two strong guys, sir. So far Napua. Some Pebema no far Napua. Napua is from a royal home.
Okay.
And the party was formed in the royals in America no MPP meboa. They can tame Alan. When the royals called him, brah, party na edia, yempe nungwase. A woman said, we juma a favor NDC for MPP in co-opposition. Bebe kayena, o crowd MPP na NDC na ma crowd, and now on Nantino, pe baby tina. Yebe can't semno, chiri Edward Saba, nti Alan china baby.
But is that the case?
Yes, I'm just telling you, say, if that happens, then if they need a woman.
The member because I say Alan NDC in the man.
Yeah. The crowd, I will defeat Alan. As for Alan, I mean, yes, I will defeat him.
Crowd need to change NDC.
Yes. This political game is very. That's why I tell you 1+1. You know, politics na bunso okrane ekura ADD together. So it's you know. So all I'm trying to tell you is say.
Yeah.
Then if you look at female, that is where Frema
Pari.
That's her name, right? Frema Pari.
Chief of Staff.
Yes, I admire her afar. The only chief of staff what Timiako 2 times as Oba in the history of our country. The only chief of staff over winning election, chief of staff, you're very, very strategic, very important.
Wow.
Unlike when NDC brought in Prosper Bani, the biggest mistake John Dramani Mahama made. By the time Julius Debra came, your friend said the ship. Only chief of staff, all cracking the whip behind the ministers. Okay. Chief of staff, also to me who say, ministers no omu ye juma. National security, we now provide through Honor Sikabo omu operations. National security, to say omu na also mo paving way.
That's a chief of staff. Oh yeah,
very powerful, very powerful. And then chief of staff is your responsibility. Say, ultimately making sure say president in the weaknesses. Chief of staff is powerful than a vice president. Say Sikaba. Whatever expenditure, daily expenditure for government, it comes to the chief of staff's office, not president, daily, not vice, but there were special people they are more powerful than even chief of staff and then the president. That's where Gabi Wachi and Co comes in, and that's where Professor Tamil you have Kweku.
Okay.
What you say? Okay. So when those people fail you, you lose an election. So losing, so that's why Mami Fremano, she under her leadership, her as a woman, and I think say, she's also an Ashanti woman. So some poor bar, and I can tell you say when it comes to experience, political language, political strategy, political jargons, Frema stands taller than Mami Jane. Experience.
Would you advise your brother to?
She's a member of parliament.
Would you advise your brother so be Frema Pari?
I think say Mrs. Opebema Napo stands taller because Okobe Bia Napo has been able to build
an education
himself.
Minister.
That's education minister is very good. I respect him a lot, but how has he marketed himself? He's in Accra here. Have you seen him in Tamale going to visit some local schools, being a team player in the Muslim community, being accessible, being out there in the media, even talking someone to Abanama MPP? Has he been? He's a big man. Has he been to this studio to champion MPP's cause? Someone to Abanama MPP, no MPP, because I'm just being real with you.
Yeah.
Our press conference, like I say, NDC for Omudin Sehuni, they cannot win election, but he's good at his job. Some people are good in the kitchen, but they cannot be waitress. Some people are good in doing sushi, but they cannot do akwele. Some people are very good in cooking, but are they going to serve? It's like having a wife. Is she able to receive visitors behind you? Is she able to manage your family behind you? Is she able to make sure say your weakness you can cry on him, on her, to give you good advice to let go? Any woman that tells go and fight shit, I'm sorry, forgive me. It means it's not the kind of wife that you go far. She would say, my husband is okay, you let go. That's why God gives women the wisdom. What they done for 10 fear, she can point and tell you what done for onye. And when tia, exactly that what will happen to you. It's a gift for every woman. So I think say yes, education minister is very intelligent. I love him the way he has built our educational system, what have you. But as to being a politician, being a running mate, I think it's not too late. If you wait to me the 1 week that he should be out in the regions, participate in certain party activities, because you cannot politics, you can't work behind the scene if you want to lead. Your face has to be shown. That's when Napo stands taller. So we are NDC ni krampona who are the respect he'll give you, he'll talk to you, very accessible. At a stage on Dramani Mahamane, most of the MPs, the NDC MPs, are demoralized in parliament. So ex gratia, we a teacher ni and we be the MP. Car note no mutia. obi kura na onko fie kura beko empty handed nti wakɔgye election wakɔbɔ bosia de akɔakɔyɛ your friend is saying the election wa win it nti esgracia na be choke hama no ubeyi free wa then they have nothing. That's why I'm so sorry I say he has to also remove the cap of the former president away and be accessible. So senko accessible la the America winning no an ordinary person would have come to tell him say look the dynamics in Bunkuruyo is different, the dynamics in Ashanti region Jasika is different, Akokofu is different, Abebrese Krom is different, the dynamics in say he would have got to because certain people Omomudi John Dramani Mahama in the office no there it's easier to Omamo title so strong as say they make themselves more relevant than the candidate and wanting to win power Obi to say President Nanado you saw how accessible he was.
Yeah,
what you say is when you are and political
only Syria college in an edit did be a mocha.
Thank you.
Almost about when if you only money did and pay morning devotion
look at the smaller parties all they were not all with NDC.
Yeah,
today they all went and worked for Anamebwa because he was accessible. They could assess him.
It's not the case of John
because it's not him, the people around you.
Why are they doing that?
That is what he has to be able to purge himself.
Now what advice no?
Oh
brother, open
my brother, look, I love John to death. I would if Anka parliamentary presidential no, those days when I was the Senkai Atadi I'm the best no. What you say? But here's the case today. It took 50 years. Dombo other side of brothers. Almost 7 MPP UP bedru ne 50 years to produce Dombo's 10.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take me to derail the opportunity of my other brothers. I should be in the middle. What you say? And advise both brothers. The obey winning and the obey two router. It's not about me. Until I'm saying NLC and your composite say made a presidential candidate. You be contested. My dream, as a matter of fact, is to go and see if I can win the Binduri seat and somebody else will lead the NLC so that we'll have representative
to what I say
oh we are working I mean idea many that's one
okay.
But the part I'm talking about so that it shouldn't be said composed same lady NLC no, but yetiminya city back or parliament we are stronger.
Yeah.
What so what they said the Abranti and your friend is saying Malena unso free party no yes,
yeah.
Yes and then no even Zuma support no on supporting because the same thing that many NDC for the same thing he was against.
Binduri uko asena atmosphere city.
Oh, Binduri I'm a household name there, and as a matter of fact, me perceive muyusu opportunity way. Na mon frère say in the history of Binduri, an ordinary person or then the bottom seeker, one year minister onyeda abuan and crofo, okay, more than me or her. Call me in the studio. Some of friend Binduri.
What one crew for in terms of then
in terms of capacity building.
Okay.
And the ocean yam niedi.
Okay.
I've installed corn mills all the zones to the women, irrespective of political colors. Moko yam na mudi didi no. Says kana mumbo busia. Binduri market days no. Ukunu timinya upon chibako. Edukwa or ton. When you're 100 Ghana shene butuma befie.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I've set up that system. I'm yet to go around and go and commission. Or even though it's working, and I was surprised. Said me papa penny them so no MP Liman time matters a typical car me call and me who said they were doing communal labor. Man can say ACC or my coin to me stop it, no, and omunyina buy almost they didn't know say it was me. Come and I mean I was so happy.
They don't say una di buy.
Yes. I come me free community in first car me the mom for some fancy shed and install the crown. They couldn't do it. And I'm my second one. So I'm now to organize myself and go back there and go around to my commissioning baby a sikananso sikana you know to be able to. But my brother, let me tell you idea of course man we should start thinking outside the box. When we are technical schools, no.
Yeah.
How can a government award a contract? A contractor set a technical school causes some light bulbs. Ko yen ko nyamo ko si dormitory mo ko renovation technical schools. What are we doing? Are you getting me? That is very wicked of we politicians. Me yimi home free mo.
What's wrong with that?
It's very bad. A technical school in this country, they are supposed to be building all the any school needs, government needs. in terms of furniture, nibibiano, my imported, we should be able to have the machines and what have you, making me office chairs. I can call renovate government structures, ministries, who's a 10-year contract. I was a technical schools no also so that because they do practicals for their results.
So the reason why
because of 10%. Because our the contractor, our the contract now, about 60% the bare project no, 40% no goes end up to politician 10%, regional 10%, engineers and so be. I'm only telling you the reality. Here
is it 10% in the constitution in
No, it's not. I
didn't know, but
Abrafona you their kickbacks. It is said, oh my, their kickback. What you say? And America and other, be NGOs. Now we donate it. But the end, Gauta Ganama, Philly.
If you say a Kobobo Siaba, near 10% or to be a council.
Yes. Which is, I think that is where the problem lies. Example, I just spend N1, no what have you, no. Your motorways. What you say? Technical school, beat me machines, bulldozers, graders, what have you. They are practicals. Or your road engineer, moko patchy holes. That's why I quite no maintain. But she said, quite within 3 rain season, na erode, na you. It the best side that water than a dam, mini dam, and sana. Yeah, but technical school that's part of their jobs. Imagine say technical schools are buying car as a honomia maintenance. Instead of somebody call gamot no money. What have you know? Oil, you will not see government vehicles because practicals now. Someone here from resource no. You have to find a project. So government vehicles, any accident, or more body works no. No my or more electrical wiring no. No more so or more a phrase spray no my project no more yam results. The car will go back to government. Alolo no more say no. Do you know how much money this country will save?
Are you ready for this?
Yes, and then also yes.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, and a country.
Part of your vision, your NLC.
Yes, that's part. And secondly, Ghana ko anymore. You need to create more banks. Singapore population less than 10 million. Only 365 banks. So in Ghana here, a population of 35 million. So 400 banks. It means there's a bank strictly for radio, communication bank. Yeah. There's a bank strictly for agric. There's a bank strictly for auto banks. Government has no business building low-income houses. Who is a low-income earner? How does government determine that? Those houses will end up being sold to we politicians and our family. But who bet me a package a host or more a crying now what they are called. And government should cancel budget to every ministry except health and education ministry. Yes, there is a commercial section as every ministry.
Okay.
Commercial section. To say ne, ubetimi ajisika. Nka kwanya ye, uko amonane a, ubetimi ajisika. Because there's a bank strictly for roads. Feasibility studies. I say this number of cars passes here. No mama loan. Because there's a bank for loan. No road minister. No money na mahe. No ma sign. You go to a friend, a finance minister. No mama letter of credit. No. Then or the parliament. No ma could defend the loan. No. And government will only back that loan based on that. The bank will give you. Then you put toll booths there. So there will be burden of government. Okay.
Government not the tax free.
Thank you.
Rather.
It will create jobs. So all package sikano so we see a dying ebia or rent 500 a month. It means they can build chamber and hall in certain area your mortgage. No package. Then Works and Housing Minister will give a letter sampa more hosting in more science. So say you part away with direct from salary 1,000 or 500 Ghana 1,000 every month. No, they are called finance. No, letter. No, they go for the Bank for Housing and Construction. They have no business. Bank for Housing and Construction has no business financing anything that has to do with agric. Agri Development Bank has no business financing anything that has to do with housing. Strictly agri combined harvesters. And then if we see the number of acreage, what you say, they will get the forestry department to also come and attach with you. Then you work. When you know some it's creating the environment. Then government would then use its money be building chronic